I wanted to talk about or piggyback off of a video that Lisa Cabrera did yesterday, or uploaded yesterday, about the Nike call center. And when I tell you, I said that was probably the most repulsive article I have read. Like, it was just amazing, and not in a good way, of how pissed off the palm-colored Neander Bob and Becky are about this whole "Just Do It" campaign with Colin Kaepernick. Now, as we all know, when it comes to call centers, you usually call there about complaints or issues with an item that you purchase, most likely ordered, in hopes that you get that straightened out or things of that nature. These fools were calling that call center, talking these people's ears off, probably made them want to go and just quit the job altogether and find something else that was not related to a call center because of the ad campaign. I'm trying to figure out how, or I should say, what in the hell did they expect the call center representatives to do about the ad campaign? That ad campaign is handled by the marketing department of Nike. I guess they figured if they called them and gave these open, blatant complaints that they would probably get in contact with the head of that department, and that just simply was not going to happen. I mean, some of the comments that they left were absolutely ridiculous and funny at the same time. I think I even saw one where someone said something about, they were gonna jump off of a building or something like that. Like, I'm telling you, like, when you get a chance, read that article. Like, some of the shit that they were saying, and of course, they left some of the racist comments, but that's a given. They were calling Colin Kaepernick out of his name. That too is also a given. They are some of the most maddest people right now over this damn campaign. They must have loved Nike to death in that aspect. Now, what I haven't heard yet is them calling Ford and whatnot, because, Ford came out and said that they support the NFL players protesting. But notice that didn't get that much traction. It was more so just Nike. Now, they're not going to call them Ford people with all this shit, because they'll probably shut their whole thing down. And they figure, like, well, we can walk where we want to go. We don't have to wear Nikes. But hell, if they got to go pretty damn far, they ain't about to give up them Ford pickup trucks. They might bite the bullet with that one. I don't think they're going to burn their Nike trucks like they burned their Nike apparel, whether it was a shoe or a shirt and what have you. And by the way, speaking of burning, they were burning some low-end Nike shoes, like some shoes that you probably do some gardening in or some yard work in. They weren't burning any Jordans or Air Maxes and, the nicer shoes that a lot of sneakerheads get. They were burning some shits that I've never even seen before. So to me, I'm like, oh, go ahead, burn them if you want to. But I guess donating would have been too much. Giving to the homeless or the vets like you claim to love them would have been a little bit too much. It's too much like right. I swear, they are fucking idiots. And many of them know that they're dumb. Many of them are mad for no damn reason. They just mad for the sake of being mad. Some of them are mad because they see their other fellow white person be upset. Like Lisa said, they just called there to whine and complain like little babies that don't get their way. And this is supposed to be the so-called supreme race of people. Yeah, the fuck right. You could have knocked me over with a goddamn feather. But I don't believe that for a second. But that's fine because, time is winding down, so it is what it is. I just thought that was funny. Like, when I was reading that article, I barely could get through the whole thing without laughing, especially when it got to the parts about the comments. Like I said, they left racist comments, they called him out of his name, but then when they started saying the things that they was going to do to themselves, and so dramatic. Like, why would you jump off of a building or jump out of a window because of one ad campaign that you don't agree with? And it also makes them sound like the biggest spoiled brats on the face of the earth. That's how a spoiled brat acts. Because they've been so used to having things their way that they're losing the one thing that they have held on to for so long, and that's power. Their power is literally starting to slip away. Their influence is slipping away. And once you lose your influence, your power starts to go with it. Because that's a huge part of having power is influence. For them, it's not there anymore. Maybe if they had a better culture, maybe they would still have some influence. But they realize that our culture is, better. And it is, because everyone takes their cue from us. Nothing gets passed until we say that it's good or not. But I guess everybody can't be us. Like they say, everybody can't be like Mike. Everybody can't be like black people. It's in the formula. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to this article as well as the email and everything else will be in the description. And the links to the shirts will be pinned down to the comments. Y'all have a good one.